Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about what life is like as a Met fan. But before I get into the video, I would like to tell you how I became a Met fan. Before I became a Met fan, when I was a young boy, I'd say about maybe 5 years old, probably like the oldest, one of the oldest memories I can honestly remember, is that I used to actually be a Yankee fan. But as a young boy, usually follows what his dad does. I I obviously became a Met fan. And I don't really I don't regret leaving the Yankees and joining the Met bandwagon. I love them. I love my Mets. I'm with them through the good and the bad. And another main reason why I became a Met fan is because Mike Piazza is one of my all-time favorite players. Now with that out of the way, let's go back to the video. As you may know, the Mets recently have had 2 bad years, including this one. With injuries, managerial changes, trading away players, not getting really much in return. It's honestly been really bad. In the past couple of years, they've been saying they're going to be 90-win team, playoff wild card team. These past 2 years have honestly been major disappointments. Like more disappointments than knowing that your team is going to be bad, like back in 2010 through 2014. And in the beginning of 2015 before they got really good and before they traded obviously for Cespedes. Continuing on, we have, the typical LOL Met moments where they're about to win a game, some ridiculous error happens. Like in the World Series where Duda gets the ball, couldn't even throw it to home and tag the runner out and force the game to a game 6. LOL stuff like that, like stupid things that would only happen to the Mets, honestly. It's ridiculous sometimes, but you gotta love it. And another crazy LOL Met moment, I don't even want to even just repeat it because it's just probably one of the most embarrassing things I've ever witnessed at a Met game. Not at watching TV, excuse me, I'm sorry. Is that the typical Mets playing the Yankees, literally going to win the game. Typical Luis Castillo drop ball game in the Subway Series back in 2009. Boy, oh boy, that had to be the worst LOL Met moment I probably ever witnessed. It is just, it's such an embarrassment. Ridiculed by Yankee fans for days with that play. Even though they ended up winning the game the next day. But still, it was, that was a bad one. And also you got this craziness too with the Mets. You got 2006, the team, the time, thought we were going to win, make it to the World Series and actually win it for once. But then we got bases loaded in Game 7, bottom of the ninth, Beltran, 1-2-3, doesn't even take the bat off his shoulder and swing. And honestly, the franchise has honestly just been downhill from there. We got 2007, a great team. Even though the year ended terrible, we had an absolute really good team, I felt like anyway. And then you got the epic collapse in September, and the Phillies take us to end up winning division. And then we got 2008. Same thing happens again. Like, this is ridiculous. But instead of losing the division, we lose the wild card. Like, it's nuts. And then you got the last year. That was obviously the last year at the good old Shea Stadium. Rip Shea. Missed that place. And then fast forward to 2009. We got, I guess you could say pretty much the same team as in 2008. Got off to a good start. And then injuries. Every player gets hurt. And then ever really since then, every year the entire team goes down and the team ends up being a minor league team. Like, what is going on here? Got these crazy injuries. It's just nuts. And then finally, when we go to 2015, they're saying, the Mets are going to be in the wild card. And we get off to a great start. And then obviously, the injuries happen. And then right around where the All-Star break comes around, the Mets are in the wild card hunt. And then right around where the trading deadline comes, they make a move for Kelly Johnson and Juan Uribe. And it was like, finally, we got some professional hitters, turn us around. And then you got that famous Wilmer Flores crying game when he thought he was traded. And it honestly ended up being a great no trade because 2 days later, he hits the walk-off bomb against the Nationals. And then we trade for Yoenis Cespedes. And then it was history from there. Dominating, blowing teams out. Like, it was like I've never seen a team dominate and destroy teams like that. It was honestly insane. And we ended up winning the division. I think it was by like 7.5 games. Made it into the playoffs, first time since 2006. It was great. Honestly, it was a great year. And then when we get into the first round of playoffs against the Dodgers, ends up going to the full 5 games. And, LOL Mets moment actually goes in our way, where we got Murphy hitting all these crazy home runs, and then in Game 5 he steals second and then goes and just steals third because no one's at the bag. It's like a typical LOL Met moment. It's just insane. And then after we beat them, win that series, we move on to the Cubs. Sweep those guys, man. The Cubs that year are a great team. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't easy. They were a really good team. And then move on to the World Series. First World Series since 2000 against the Royals. A team I wanted them to play because I thought they had a better chance of winning. And then obviously, I was wrong. Man, that team was tough. Every game that they were leading somehow blew it. Some typical LOL Met moment. Murphy errors. People not catching fly balls. Not hitting now. It was crazy. And obviously, you got the famous throw to home play. It was honestly nuts. And it was really sad because I really thought that they were going to win. I really thought they were going to win that series. And it was heartbreaking, and it's been honestly downhill ever since. The following year, they make the wild card and blow that game. And then 16 through 17, I just explained before, it's just the injuries kill us every time. It's just, oh my gosh. So frustrating sometimes. And then also, another thing I want to say is that, honestly, I've seen a lot of teams play. I've seen Yankees play. I've seen Baltimore play in the playoffs. I've seen a lot of teams play, including minor league teams. But I gotta say, the Met fans are the best fans in the world. I just feel like we're always in everyone's face, when we're winning big. And of course, you got the 7 line going to all the big games and big events. I feel like no other team has something like that. Before I close out this video, I want to give my all-time favorite moment as a Met fan. And before I get into the story, I want to give a huge shout out to my mom's friend, Ed Wilkin, who actually does David Wright's taxes. And he hooked me and my dad up with Met tickets to go watch the Mets take batting practice on the field and meet David Wright. I was so excited to meet my all-time baseball hero, an all-time favorite player, and that is obviously David Wright. It was a surreal moment. I didn't even know what to say when I saw him. All I said was, "You're my idol." And he said, "I really appreciate that. Thank you very much." That moment before the game started, man, that was the greatest day ever. I'll never forget that day for as long as I live. So that wraps up today's video. If you like this video, please click that like button down below. And if you want to see more videos like these, please consider subscribing. And with that, let's go Mets! Thanks for watching and have a great day.